Hi there. There's ringing in my ears. I just rang my Tibetan bells. I want to talk to you about the inner power that each of us has to be happy. When we think of ourselves as a victim, we get victimized. When we think of ourselves as broken, we feel broken. So turning our thoughts around to what we want is key. Why? Because our thoughts create our reality. It isn't just the thought we think, it is the power that each of us holds. It is that divine spark within us that gives our thoughts the power. Now, this is the meaning behind the movie The Secret. The secret is within each of us. Have you heard before that everything that you ever need is within you? Well, that's what this means. Is that you hold the secret, the power is within you. You're not weak, you're not small, you're not powerless or hopeless. However, when we continue to think in that vein, that's what we create. So how can we create a different reality being who we are, with all the stuff that has happened in the past that may make us feel small, criticized, and unloved? We shift our thinking in the direction we want to go. How did I do it? Well, the first thing I started to do was recognize, what am I thinking? I took a notebook around, on a weekend. I carried my little notebook and I wrote down every thought that I could hear myself thinking for an entire weekend. Now, it took me some effort and some time, but let me just say, a friend of mine from long, long ago, Jim Bell, used to say, anything worth having is worth working for. And if it means your joy, your happiness, your success, isn't it worth it? So if you don't like the life you're living, change it. Change the way you think and you'll change the way you feel. And yes, I worked with Wayne Dyer. I met him in person, went to his hotel room, helped him through a heart attack. He was a lovely man. I've worked with a lot of spiritual healers and masters over the years and helped them be who they are. And so each of us has an innate power within us that allows us to create the world we wish for. But the problem is, here's the biggest problem, society teaches us, oh, don't focus on yourself. Oh, that's selfish. Oh, don't do that. You're filled with ego. Well, I am talking about being humble, but loving ourselves fearlessly. So there's 3 keys to loving ourselves fearlessly. The first one is being authentically you. What does that mean? Well, when we stop lying to ourselves about who we are, when we stop trying to please other people, when we stop trying to make ourselves worthy, we're already worthy. But when we're trying to get someone to like and appreciate and accept us, we're not being authentic. People either are going to like you or not like you. Don't be attached to that. And what I will tell you is, when I was needy, when I was codependent, when I felt like a victim, I don't think I was particularly attractive energetically. So when we love and accept ourselves, we become much more appealing to people out there. We're much more likable when we stop making excuses for ourselves, when we stop bitching, moaning, and complaining, when we stop telling the story of woe from the past. We have to let go of the past to be fully present in the now, and now is where the gifts are. So being fully present in a state of unconditional love for ourselves, authentically us, free of judgment and criticism. Now, I will say one of the hardest things that I have had to get over was judgment. I was raised by a judgmental mother. You could put a label on it. It doesn't need a label, but when we are raised with judgment in our background in our family from 0 to 7, we're being programmed to think in a certain way. So what I help you do is overcome the programming from the past that you can't even see, that you're not even aware of. So I help you remove the programming and reprogram so that you are thinking in positive, loving, and expansive ways instead of in limited ways. Now, what does limited mean? I'm not enough. I'm not Jennifer. I can't do what she's doing. I don't have the education she does. I don't have the experience she does. That is limited thinking, because you do. You already have what it takes inside of you. Each of us does. Breathe that in. So there was a time, I'm not proud of it, that I was addicted, that I was codependent, that I was miserable, anxiety filled, and I had depression. And loving myself was the thing that changed everything. So coming into loving acceptance of who we are for all that we are, and then using our thoughts to manifest what we desire, envisioning it every day, seeing ourselves worthy, seeing ourselves happy, seeing ourselves doing the things that we long to do, envisioning it every single day, envisioning those dreams, our future self. How do you want to be? Who do you want to be with? What do you want to be doing? Instead of focusing on the bills that are piling up and the fact that you don't have enough to pay them. Because the more that you focus on what you don't have, guess what happens? What do you think happens? I'd love to hear. What do you think happens? What's the first thought that came into your mind? When you focus on what you don't have, you create more lack. You create more not having the thing you want because you're focusing on it. Where energy goes, the thing you're focusing on grows. Now, if you've read my book, Orgasm for Life, I comment about that. I have a little phrase in there, Orgasm for Life. It's available on Audible. So if you like this and you'd like to see more videos like this, like and subscribe. My website is jenniferelizabethmasters.com. I have been a work in progress since I was 32, and I just celebrated my 70th birthday. So if you're interested in looking 20 years younger than you are, if you're interested in living a life in joy and bliss and happiness every day, being grateful for what you have, if you want to have a different reality, email me. Send me a message, jenniferelizabethmasters@gmail.com. So I'd love for you to like and subscribe. It helps my algorithm and it helps the Googles. Yeah, I haven't been so popular with the Googles. Can you imagine why? So I would love to work with you. I am opening a group starting in January 2025. It is a new world, and there are wonderful new horizons that I see. Wouldn't you like to be there for the best life has to offer? I'll see you in the next video. And like I said, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.